one of my fears was, okay, we are talking now, but 10 years into the marriage, maybe we're not going to talk to each other. Or we're going to be like one of those old couples that sits across from the table and they're just silent and they're on their phones. Like literally that is a deep fear of mine. I don't think I'm the only one, maybe, but I want to be spoken with. I want to have a vibrant communication lifestyle with my husband for my entire life. So what are the foundations of that kind of fostering and encouraging the communication?
Okay, so remember, communication is a skill. Therefore, number one is that you need to be both growing in that skill. And number two, I think we need to employ tools of conversation.
Tools, okay.
So when I say that, is that whether you are reading a book together or you're experiencing new things, you want to be able to have tools that's going to marry those communication. Let's just say you're reading a book together and in the back of the book there's questionnaires, which is what Ryan and I do. So we engage those, conversation and learn how to communicate effectively in that sense. So you can't just sort of solve the same problems with the same skills. You have to have new tools, new skills, new experiences that's going to change the way you communicate with each other.
So what you're saying is, in order to continue with a vibrant communication life together, you need to be constantly doing activities together that foster conversation.
Absolutely.
That's what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then you're asking questions, right? So you as January, you're asking Ryan questions to encourage conversation.
You have to have conversation. And I think also that we need to know where to draw our boundaries in the language that we speak.
Okay.
This is really huge. The choice of our words matter, and we are responsible the moment the words come out of our mouth. So important is that never use a word that's going to actually belittle your relationship, period. I literally say eliminate those words.
Okay,
eliminate
for example, what would be something?
I would say, whatever. Right? I hear couples say that.
Okay.
I do not.
Dismissive.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't permit thoughts about it.
Okay.
So if I'm frustrated with Ryan, I wouldn't even allow myself to say whatever in my thoughts. Everything begins in our thoughts. So
Okay.
I don't, when I'm frustrated, because I'm still communicating that, even in my thoughts, because it's getting communicated in my body language. We're not separate human beings.
Okay.
So when I'm dismissive in my thoughts, guess where that comes out?
So you're saying the communication with Ryan, the reason why you have such a vibrant communication together is that you are actually mastering your mindset and the words you're speaking in your mind before they ever come out of your mouth to Ryan.
Yes.
And so you never dismiss anything, an opinion that he has or an idea that he has or something you disagree with.
I don't dismiss. Yes, and that's a culture we've created that begins in our thoughts. Everything begins in our mind. Secondly is that I don't criticize my husband. I could be frustrated. I'll tell him if I say I don't like this about you, but I don't say things under my breath or communicate you are such a blah 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 in my thoughts.
Okay, so you never label.
No, and as a matter of fact, even if I dare label I'll say that to Ryan. I'll say, you do this, blah, blah, blah. And he would be so quick to hold me accountable and said, I'm not a label.
Okay.
And I'm really, it's something that
you're like, oh, you're right.
You're right. And he holds me accountable. And we have to be very careful with the labels I think we're using. And I would say, too, that the labels are overused and abused in our culture because, you're just this, or you're that kind of person, or
you're just like your father.
Oh my gosh.
So, something like that.
Yes. So that's really important. And I think it goes back to being responsible with our words and knowing how to choose our words, and that our words really carry a heavy responsibility.
Okay.
Because once it comes out of your mouth, you're no longer in control of it.